Hello, Nancy. Guess I'm gonna be blushing every time I see you now.
Don't worry about it. I've been known to do a few sneaky-type things from time to time myself.
Actually, I'm kinda glad you came by. Something I need you to do for me, if you wouldn't mind.
You bet.
This chicken coop's been a thorn in my side ever since I got here. The wire I need to fix the hole in the fence was supposed to be delivered today, but it's not here yet, and the Raleighs just called and asked me to run an errand for them tonight. So if you could keep an eye out for that chicken wire, and patch that hole as soon as it gets here, the chickens and I'd really appreciate it.
Will the wire get here before it gets dark?
Doesn't look that way, but you still have to put it up, even if it means working at night. Just be sure to wear gloves. I'll leave my pliers out. If you have to do it at night, that's okay. There should be plenty of moonlight. You'll be able to see fine. Just make sure it gets done, because if it doesn't, the coyotes are going to have themselves one heck of a banquet, and you're going to be in a lot of hot water.
No problem.
Now, is there something I can do for you?
Where was the jail that Dirk Valentine stayed in after he was arrested? Do you have any idea?
Probably the one over in Dry Creek. It's a ghost town now, but the jailhouse and a couple other old buildings are still standing. At least they were last I saw.
Is it far from here?
On your way to Mariazzi's, look for the trail on your left that heads towards Shadow Mountain and stay on it till you get there. It's about an hour and a half's ride. This got something to do with the treasure?
It might.
Well, let me know if you need anything else.
May I see that letter you said Francis Humber wrote to your great aunt?
Sure, got it right here. When I heard you were a detective, I started keeping it on me. Thought you might snoop through my stuff or something.
Thanks for letting me see it.
I'd never do that.
Dearest Cousin Ellie, my beloved Dirk is no more. I shall never see him again. And now you will never see me again, for I am on my way east, there to spend the rest of my life. I will never return to the territory of Arizona, not even when my father, whom I despise with every part of my being, has left this earth. But know this, sweet Ellie. Dirk told me that he had hidden something of great value, and that when all was in place, he would start me in pursuit of it. He was forever inventing fanciful ways to tax my brain, and was quite clever himself. Then, thanks to my father, he was arrested. Perhaps he wrote me from jail, and his note was lost.
He did.
Or perhaps he grew to hate me.
No.
But he never told me how to find what he had hidden, and I am too heartsick to care. If you can somehow find it, it's yours, my dear young cousin. Know, too, that I miss you terribly and always, always will. Francis. P.S. Enclosed is a picture of the vilest man ever born. And was quite clever.
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Okay, let's get through this.
Got those eggs for me?
No problem.
Good for you. I need you to do one more thing. It's Tex's birthday. The Raleighs told me to make him a cake. Now, if I make it, he'll throw a fit. But if you make it, he might actually appreciate it. So why don't you dig a cake recipe out of the recipe box and have at it? I don't care when you make it, just so it's done by the end of the day. The icing's already made.
Could I get a canteen of water from you?
You betcha. You're good to go.
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Let's do that now. Sugar orange cake. Vinegar pie. That is actually something good. Okay.
First thing I'll need to make that cake is a mixing bowl.
Okay. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do 2 sticks of butter. And then I'm gonna do 2 eggs. Oh, a lot of eggs. 5 scoops of milk. Two. 3. 4. 5. 2 scoops of flour. If you need help, you can check the conversions on the fridge, but I just write scoops because it's easier. Put everything in the same units. Okay, 3 scoops of baking powder. Your 2 spoons equal to a tablespoon. 7 scoops of sugar. 1, 2. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's 7. Okay, 3 scoops of vanilla. Yay. I'm gonna put it, bake. I'm gonna put it in the middle pan. You're gonna put it in the oven?
Looks like I'm gonna have to guess how long to cook it and what temperature to use.
Why would you make an oven like that? But, okay, we're gonna put it on medium for 45 minutes.
Perfect. Maybe I should try a little, just to be sure. I should put that icing Shorty made on it.
Great, yay!
What are these?
I made you that flour Frances mentioned in her recipe. I cut all the pieces out of marzipan using her old forms, but I'll be darned if I can figure out how the pieces go.
The flowers on the favorites. Where have we had that yet? Flowers on the favorites? I don't think so. Never mind then.
It's a tulip. What's this?
That's food coloring, so you can paint that marzipan flower.
No, you do have to. It won't work on the. It's fancy with their food coloring.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime.
I'm finished. Can't check that off. Check.
19th century fashion, you say?
Check. I haven't done that yet.
I think I know who can help with that.
That's done. I'm finished with that. That's done. I'm finished with that.
SWGS, this is Gaza.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Not too long ago, you provided this person I know with a map that showed the locations of mineral deposits in central Arizona.
That's what I'm here for.
Is it unusual for an ordinary citizen to request a map like that?
Depends on which map it was.
The number on it was PUB893A.
Publication 893 Alpha. Let me get it on my screen here. Yeah, that's a map somebody'd use if they wanted to go prospecting in their spare time. What's this person's name?
Shorty Thurman?
Shorty Thurman. Yep, there he is. According to my notes, he just started a job in the Shadow Mountain area and figured he'd go looking for gold on his off hours.
You keep notes on all the calls you get?
In a bureaucracy like this one, you never know. When something goes south and fingers start pointing, it's always good to have your side of the story all nice and documented.
Okay.
Do your notes say anything else?
Apparently, this Shorty person asked me if I knew anything about Dirk Valentine's treasure.
Really? Do you remember what he said?
As I recall, he'd heard a rumor that some outlaw had buried some kind of treasure near Shadow Mountain. He thought it might be in an old mine shaft or something.
And what did you tell him?
Nothing. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, thank you, Gaza.
No problem. What did you say your name was again? Nancy...
Drew.
Nancy Drew. Asked a lot of questions. Didn't buy any maps.
But she really appreciated your taking the time to talk to her. Be sure to put that in your notes too, okay?
Got it. Goodbye, Miss Drew.
Bye.
You can do that one. And these two. Do that. Let's see what that.
The daisy stitch.
That person is a very detailed. Yeah.
Hello?
Where are you guys? You've got to get out here. I saw the Phantom Horse last night.
Know what we saw last night? The inside of a motel room in St. Louis.
Tell me you're joking.
Our plane finally took off at 7 last night. We didn't call you because we wanted to surprise you.
Only the next thing we knew, we were being
Alright, you
diverted
guys
to
can
St.
look
Louis
at
on
that.
account of bad weather, so the airline put us up at a motel.
But when we came back to the airport this morning, guess what?
Apologies.
You're fogged in.
We're fogged in. I have never seen fog this thick.
Visibility's 3 feet tops.
You can barely drive in this stuff, let alone land and take off. Let's change the subject.
So you saw the Phantom Horse?
Last night, right after the campfire, this glowing horse appeared out of nowhere, then went galloping away. And right after that, the main pipe in the pump house sprang a leak. Another case of bad luck? I think not.
So while everyone's attention was on the horse, someone sabotaged the pump house.
First the rattlesnake, now this. Yikes.
Has either of you two ever read anything by an author named Charlena Purcell? She writes romance novels that take place in the Old West.
That rules me out.
I saw her on a talk show once. Seemed kind of full of herself. Why do you ask?
I had to call her in order to open this old trunk at Mary Yazzie. She knows a lot about the people who used to live at Shadow Ranch.
I bet I know more about 19th century clothing design than she does.
I found an old beaded handbag that may have belonged to Francis Humber.
Was there anything in it?
No, but if it's the bag that Dirk mentioned in one of his love letters, it could hold some sort of clue.
What does it look like?
Well, there's a bird on it, but the beads have completely fallen off this one section. However, it does have the name of the manufacturer at the bottom. It was made by the Chicago Mercantile Company back in 1881.
That's one of the companies in my book. Is there anything else on it?
Yeah, some kind of number. HB3941.
Maybe that's what bead pattern it is.
There's a bunch of phone numbers in this book. Maybe we can track down the pattern for you.
That'd be great. Like I said, it could be pretty important. Especially if the part that's missing turns out to have something to do with flowers.
We'll get right on it.
Okay, I'll just leave you guys be then.
That's it for now.
Have fun.
Wish you were here.
Kidding.
Need something?
Has anyone tried going after that phantom horse when it appears?
Nope. Always something else going on. Like Ed Raleigh getting snake bit, or the pump house blowing up. Plus, that horse is fast. Probably couldn't catch it anyway.
Is it okay if I go riding?
Nope. Feed the chickens and the horses in the corral first. Could be fatal if you mess up, so don't.
Great.
Talk to you later.
Just stay out of trouble.
Let's go to chicken chow for the chickens. Just this. One. 2.
Okay, chickens, come and get it.
Okay, for above, we're gonna get 2 scoops of this first one here. Oops. 2 scoops of the third one. Corn. And 1 scoop of the mixed pellets, which is the second one here. Basically everything will add up to 5 pounds total. I mean, help you know if you did it right. If you come in and nothing happens, you did it right. Let's see who gets what. Let's do Clyde, who gets 3 scoops of the oats. And 1 scoop of mixed pellets. Okay, we don't add. Doesn't add up to 5. Oh my god, I don't think right now. Okay. For Ace, we're gonna do 1 scoop of, hang on. Put the bucket back down. Okay, 1 scoop of the first one. A scoop of corn. And 2 scoops of the mixed pellets. Excuse me, I think they maybe all add up to 4.5 pounds. There you go, Ace. Eat up.